Okay, so as you guys can see, I'm gonna bring this up. Do you see the bubbles popping in here? It's hard to visualize, but it's been a few minutes, but there's one there. They're starting to come up. Do you see the bubbles coming up to the top and popping? That is a true sign that this is activated, okay? So what we're gonna do now, sprinkle our salt. That was 1 teaspoon of measured salt. Sprinkle that in, mix it into the dough, okay? Get your stuff, go ahead and clear off your spot. Now, we're gonna add the flour. You're gonna add half of this full cup. So we're gonna just kind of pat it, and then you're gonna be your own dough hook. All right, so just start mixing this up. Mix it in. I do it directly in the bowl just because it's gonna be a lot easier cleanup for you. And you'll see this is gonna start spinning, and you're gonna start collecting all that dough, all that flour off the side. Once it collects all of it, put in some more. And the reason I don't have you dump the whole cup in here, okay? The recipe calls for 1.5 cups. If you make this in a room that is not humidity controlled, like if it's hot out and it's summertime in Indiana, you're gonna need a lot more flour because you're gonna have so much moisture in the air. Wintertime in Indiana, the heat's on, it's dry, you know, you may not need that whole cup of flour, okay? So this is why I have you do this. I know recipes are typically like perfect, but they're not always perfect. All right, keep adding, and you're gonna see this dough ball is gonna start pulling off that wall, okay? See how it's getting, it's just pulling, it's literally cleaning the bowl with your dough. All right, so now that you have one solid dough ball, I want you to pick it up, okay? Sprinkle some flour, like so. And I want you to basically hold your hand flat and then pull this dough in like this, okay? If you need more flour, sprinkle some on. You're just gonna fold it together. You're basically like kneading it in your hand. So you're gonna give it some stretch, but I want you to feel this dough, okay? That's the purpose. The reason we don't use a machine right now is because you need to know how this feels. You need to know, you know, what it's supposed to feel like versus trusting a recipe or something you see on TV or, you know, a Google, you know, internet thing. Okay, so keep kneading it like so. Flour as you go. And you will smell this. It's starting to smell like fermented dough. Like it doesn't smell like straight flour. Okay, keep doing this. You're gonna do this for about 4 minutes. I'm gonna keep doing it. I'll kind of fast forward the video on it. Nice. And you're gonna feel a good stretch. If it starts to get sticky, like I said, this will absorb a decent amount of flour, but not all of that, okay? Like I said, if you're doing this in the summertime in a hot kitchen, it might take more than that flour, it just depends. All right, so this is what we have. We're gonna need this a little bit more tomorrow, but you'll do that for about 4 or 5 minutes. Once you have that done, you're gonna take your 1 quart deli cup, just put a little bit of oil on it, like that. Take your dough, plop it right in there, maybe a little oil on top, and then cover it, okay? This is what you're gonna have. Put this in the fridge. Since it's already activated, it's gonna keep that heat for a little bit. This is going to proof overnight in the fridge. This is going to double and start pushing this lid off by the time we get to it. And then tomorrow, I'll show you the video on how to bake off, okay?